We're good.
Okay, cool. So a lot of times when we're here though, you know, it's gonna happen where you get jammed up. You try to limp leg, it's not coming out. This is a good time to always come back and go right back on the attack. So what I'm looking to do is, as I go to turn over here, my hand is gonna come cross snap, and I look to jam my wrist underneath the throat over here and get my chest on top of the guillotine. I can pass his head off into my armpit at this point over here, and now we can do one of two options. First option is, you know, a lot of times you start putting pressure on the guy's neck, he starts to loosen up, you can stomp that foot back down to the ground and go high elbow. And you can even do that even with the leg here. So my head is shifting over towards the choking side, my elbow comes on top, and then from here, I keep my head over his head, and I can get a look at a finish here. If you need help on the guillotine finish, you can just ask me, but let's just have the focus be on the connection of the two moves right now again. So again, I'm here, boom, I turn, doesn't work, I snap my partner's head down, jam that wrist underneath the neck, and now we're here. Another option that we can do here, if he's too tight, he's not letting go, maybe I can get this elbow high, is I can commit to an overhead sweep or like a roll over here. So it's a pretty easy thing to do, even though your partner's head's on the outside. You shouldn't really, definitely don't spike your partner on the ground. It usually is not what's gonna happen. What's gonna happen is I'm gonna hop forwards, and in this case, my right hook is gonna lift to my right, and I'm gonna execute a back roll over my right shoulder. So as I sit down over here, you can see my head comes out. You'll notice that when I was here, my head came out. It didn't land in an awkward spot. It came out, and then my head went to a good mounted position where the top of my head is on the ground, almost like you're finishing a cross collar choke if you remember from fundamentals. And now from this position, I'm in a good spot, I'm even over this arm sometimes, where I can get this elbow up and then start pulling my hands to my chin, getting his chin to his chest and getting that finish, okay? So one more time. Makes this leg, boom, I try to turn, didn't work. I snap down and I get the position. And I hop over here, execute that roll, and then get my elbow out on top for that finish. The last thing that I'll say is you always want to go with your partner's weight. So in this case, I use that right hook to lift him right, okay? However, there's gonna be times where when you sit, you're gonna need your right hook to lift him left, okay? And that's completely fine. So as I go to sit down over here, I start lifting him left. And now, top of the head finds the ground in a good spot. And one more time, we're sinking into that finish, pulling those hands to our chin and getting the tap on the high elbow.